Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and address the problem here, or let me just go ahead and address what's fixing to happen. I'm gonna be giddy and act like a child the whole time we review this. That's just the way it's gonna go. My personal opinion, and I have said this a long time, Jeep has been gone for a long time. 2006, I believe, was the last real Jeep. I do kind of like the 3.8 van engine in the first generation of the JKs, but the 3.6, anybody that's followed me and know what's up, I don't like the 3.6. It's the only engine I've ever had to replace in my entire life. Of all the cars I've ever owned, I've only had to replace one engine, and it was a 3.6 Pentastar. So I'm not a big fan of that. Also in the Jeep Wranglers, you can get a 2-liter turbo or a hybrid, but this is none of those. This is the boss. My son talks about the final boss and all of his video games and stuff. That would be this one. To be honest, I only have one complaint with this. I don't like the top that someone chose on this, but guess what? It's not my Jeep, so I guess I should shut my mouth and just look at it, right? Yeah. The Jeep 392 Rubicon. The ultimate Wrangler. This is a JL. I think it's a 2022 or something like that. It's got like 20,000 miles on it. That doesn't matter. All right, what happened here is Jeep should have done this a long time ago. Back in the CJs and back in the day, you could get a V8 in some Jeeps. But then that went away because they put the 4.2 inline six, and that was a stellar engine. Then they went to the 4-liter inline six, another stellar engine. Not very, how do I want to say this? Not very fuel efficient or quiet, but just reliable all the way down to its sack. They never put a 4.7 in there. They never did a Hemi. Anyway, Stellantis finally did it. They plucked the 6.4 liter out of the Scat Pack Charger and the Scat Pack Challenger, and they said that'll be the one we do. They detuned it a little bit, fixed it up for torque, 470 horsepower, 470 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. Let me say that one more time because I don't think people really understand. 4 seconds. So that's way faster than my Challenger. That's way faster than a whole lot of 5.0s. If the 5.0 doesn't get some traction off the line, because that's going to get traction with them 38s. Now the 38s, that will knock down its time just a little bit, but either way, that's 5,300 pounds worth of big, huge, lifted 38 mud grip Atar V8 powered machine. All right, 8-speed automatic transmission. You can't get a manual in there. All right, let's talk about tops, Casey. Get off the high horse about the engine. Let's start talking about tops. Okay, in the whole Wrangler lineup, you could get a soft top or a hard top, or you could get this top. And the sky roof is what I think they call it. Back in the 2000s, there was something called the Jeep Liberty. Okay, a little smaller Jeep, like the Jeep Compass probably, or maybe the Jeep Cherokee might have replaced that. But anyway, or what replaced the Liberty? Maybe somebody will tell me in the comments. Anyway, they had a sky roof, a sky touch, a one-touch sunroof. Let's go up there and let's do that. Let's push the button. Let me show you what I'm talking about. It really is just one touch. But anyway, the Jeep Liberty, they had a one-touch system. It didn't work out very well. So far, I've not heard any complaints about this, so everything is good. All right, I'm not going to climb up in there just yet because I'm not ready. Go ahead and fire it up. Yeah, and then it is really just one touch. And it's going to stack itself back there just like a Volkswagen Beetle convertible. Now let's have a little look-see up through there. I have to be honest with you. I kind of like the Bronco philosophy with the wide open top. See, imagine that wide open sunroof like that if the sound bar was in the back like in the Bronco. It's just a thought. Okay, all right, we've kind of talked about this just a little bit right here. We've got a big, huge, massive honking stereo system in here. This is a 4-door. You cannot get a 2-door Jeep 392. That would be cool though, can you imagine? But it's not gonna happen. You do have dual exhaust modes. We will play with all of that stuff in just a few minutes. You got a little 12 volt right there. All right, let's go ahead and move on up here into the back. All right, we got some little pockets on the back right there of the seats so we can put some maps or whatever. Looks like we got all kinds of stuff going on right here. We got vents in the back right there. We got window switches. We got a couple of USBs, USB-Cs right there. All kinds of hookups. Way to go. And we got a power outlet right there. Got a little storage right there. Okay, okay. Got some cup holders right here in the middle. Ooh, that's a heck of a thing to flop down right there. All right. Speakers and our sound bar right there. All right. Let's go ahead and climb on up in here. Once again, I mean, it's an outdoor vehicle. It's made to get dirty. It's made to get muddy. If we got power seats in this? Nope, we got manual seats. So both of these have manual seats. Here's the thing. Casey, these are expensive. Cost $78,000 and it's got manual seats. These are off-road vehicles. This thing may end up completely buried in mud one day. It's made to do that. Casey, I would never treat my... It doesn't matter. It's made to do that. So the whole point is you're going to be able to go into a car wash, and I have seen videos of people just hosing down the interior, like literally going to the car wash and just... I could never do that. My anxiety would just drive me insane. But you do have the option for that. We got the Rubicon 392 insignia in there, airbag right there. Well, I wonder how that works. I wonder if that blow that bar completely into your face. All right, little glove box right there. The glove box is little. All right, we got some auxiliary things right there, just like in the Bronco. So you can hook up a winch, lights, whatever. There's your sway bars and all of that. Two more USB, a USB-C. We got another 12 volt over there as well. There's your four-wheel drive switch and an honest-to-God real e-brake. The Bronco has an electronic e-brake. As we go forward in life, actually pulling up and doing things manually, like doing this, that's just too much work. I mean, that's ridiculous. Why are we going to do something like that? Heated seats. Looks like we do not have cooled seats, but we do have heated seats and a heated steering wheel. Little small screen right there. I do believe the newer Jeep Wranglers get a bigger screen. Like I said, I think this is a 2022. So, Casey, that's a puny screen. It is a puny screen, but I'm pretty sure the new models get a lot bigger one. They get a lot bigger one. All right, let's climb on up here and see if we got any drive modes. All right. Let's see here. Drive modes, I'm not really seeing anything. We got our cruise control right there. We got paddle shifters right there on a Jeep. Here are headlights and all of that. Mirrors are on the door. That's kind of surprising. Anyway, mirrors and your lock switches right there. All your AC controls. Let's go to the four-wheel drive screen. Come on, little Stellantis. Okay. Maybe lost, but never stuck. All right. So we got our pitch and roll, accessory gauges. There's all our oil tank, cool temperature, and all of that. Drive train. All right. It shows us in 4 high right there. Sway bar is connected. All right. That's pretty good. Trail cam. Now it's going to show, yes. And you got the tracks. Way to go. Ooh, I like their tracks. Oh, those might actually be cooler than the Fjords. Oh, it's got, oh, let's do the camera out the back. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool how they got the camera. Looks like a Red Bull truck. All right. Way to go. All right. I'm impressed. That was pretty cool, wasn't it? That was not bad. It doesn't have goat modes. This doesn't need goat modes. Just put the foot down just a little bit harder. Sorry, I spit on you. Here's the way I'm going to break this down, okay? The Strope Edition Bronco is gorgeous. It's so cool. It would draw so much attention. I'm in love with it. But that is the ultimate Jeep. In my mind. Casey, that thing sucks. Well, that's your opinion, and this is mine. But that right there, that's all the kit and caboodle and then some. Thanks for watching the video. Have a hobby.